with another update to a far too long running story. Jon is going to bring us a Kronos update on today's Not So Critical update.
As if it couldn't get any worse, it's gotten worse. Over 6,000 employees of the clothing and shoe brand Puma have their identities and data stolen thanks to the December Kronos ransomware attack. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but my God, what a mess. It doesn't end.
First of all, I love that you say Puma. Puma is great. I think it's an excellent way to pronounce.
How else would you say
that.
it, Peter?
How else would you say?
Puma.
What?
Puma? No, that's not. No.
You're not actually being real.
Maybe.
They're huge in Europe. Puma shoes are massive in Europe, or at least they were back in my day. You know,
were they called were they the Puma ones?
No, they were Pumas. They weren't Pumas.
Because
it's a Puma. It's an animal.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
So when I read this story, didn't they say that it was discovered as a result of the investigation, but the breach itself had actually happened the month before? I thought that's how I read it. I know that, and the headline doesn't actually say that. The headline says that it was part of the December breach, but I think I read elsewhere that it was discovered during the December breach, but actually happened previously. Does that sound familiar?
I believe that it happened. Well, no, I think it was discovered in January, right?
Huh.
It was discovered on January 7th, or was that when it was disclosed?
Yeah,
I think that was when it was disclosed. Oh God, look at this. I mean, we all made a real concerted effort to research our articles this time. Guys,
we're a mess. We're falling apart.
I'm certain this is true. They disclosed it in January. They found it as a result of the December hack, but they had actually been breached in like November. Yikes. Which was when they lost. And there were two companies. There was Puma and somebody else who I didn't research.
Yeah.
I don't even actually know if it was released. I just everywhere I read it said Puma and another company. But this almost makes the story worse because then they either had previously been breached and didn't know it and then got breached again, or they'd previously been breached and did know it and then got breached again. Yeah. Either way, fairly disastrous.
And this is just what they know of after investigations. Right now, it's throwing even more doubt at Kronos and the auditors that are handling this, because who else's data has now been compromised? What other employees are going to start getting random credit report checks sent to them? They're going to run their own credit on Credit Karma, and it's going to say that they have a different loan or mortgage. You know, these are the types of things that ruin people's lives, and because it's so hard to defeat.
Full credit information, name, address, social security number,
right, everything. Sure. Yeah.
Did you see that they were offered 2 years of free Experian identity theft?
Love it.
Oh, well then everything's fine. What do you people?
That's what T-Mobile offered all of the affected.
Yeah, use your Groupon code and you get an extra like
5% off. Like, wow. Yeah. It is just absurd. And I think this is actually a really good time to cover something that is often so overlooked, and it is the protection of employees' data. Everyone's so worried about the consumer, but it is never talked about. How are you storing your employees' most sensitive information, which is provided to the company?
I know you're being serious here and you actually genuinely do care about this, but you do sound a little bit like an ad right now, because you're just about to lead into...
Have you heard of this new solution called JustWorks or Gusto or whatever startup pop-up? What I'm shilling for is the fact that these companies... Yeah, what a joke. These companies, they just hand out employee data like it's fucking nothing, and the employees don't even bat an eye because they're like, I'm getting paid. And then Kronos happens.
Yeah, I mean, we saw...
And this could happen to a number of these types of services.
We saw it with California Pizza Kitchen not too long ago. I mean, we don't know if they outsourced their payroll. The breach appeared to be for corporate, but similar idea.
So I did just check this quickly. So the story is that Kronos confirmed that some of your personal information was among the stolen data. So it's part of the Kronos hack. Just to update on that little.
Among the stolen data in December. We might need another update.
I mean,
I'm still not convinced. But
update.
We're definitely going to need an update. I don't think the saga is anywhere close to shuttering, unfortunately.
and they're still not actually even fully recovered. It was only on January 22nd that they on their blog they say all affected customers in the Kronos private cloud were restored with safe and secure access to core time scheduling and HR payroll capabilities. They are now focused on the restoration of supplemental features. So there's still stuff that they haven't fully recovered.
How are we not recovered? What is going on over there?
Yeah.
Who's running infra?
We're now approaching 2 full months. It was December 11th, if I remember correctly. It's now today as we record
Who's still using them?
February 9th.
Yeah, that's how are you in business? Because how are you offering business? Like, how are you even you've breached your own contract, so that's terminated. All existing agreements have been pretty much like they're null. Like you voided them yourself by being such a irresponsible holder of data. Like this is I don't know. It's kind of unbelievable that they're even that we're not hearing about bankruptcy. We're not hearing about liquidating assets. Like,
well, the lawsuits are only now probably getting prepared. They got back on track January 22nd. Companies are now probably just towards the end of their first full pay cycle. All the information that they've been having to do manually for the last 2 months, they still have to figure out how to reconcile with what was in there, not in there, what's been paid, what still has to be paid. I mean, we've had people up through, last week, people still commenting on our previous Kronos videos that they haven't gotten paid correctly yet.
Can you imagine being a sales guy for Kronos right now?
Oh, I'll just quit. First thing you do, go apply to different company.
Hey, so do you need some payroll services? Just how do you start that conversation? That cold call.
How are you a part of the IT or security team at Kronos? Like that's one of the most embarrassing things ever is when you're in such a, because companies get hacked all the time. That's not a problem. But when you're in the light for so long, it's very embarrassing.
What's this 6-month breach or six month gap in your resume?
Right. Oof. No, I didn't work at Kronos. No, I worked at Bronos.
Bronos.
We're a company that's against bros. Bros knows.
Lawsuits are absolutely coming. And based on this conversation, we probably can guess that probably like April timeframe, there'll be a name change announced.
Yes.
It won't even be announced. It'll just happen. The only way it's announced, someone will see it.
What are you talking about?
Never heard of it. Kronos? No, I'm the CEO of Tronos. No.
Here's my the first one we let you get away with, but stop trying now, John. I reckon, here's my prediction, since we're in a year of predictions, I reckon they're going to get bought for pennies on the dollar, then get renamed, and everything will carry on as normal. Nothing really.
They'll get absorbed for sure. Some competitor to Kronos, Shmonos, is gonna.
Okay, John.
I'm sorry. I'm done. They're gonna get absorbed for sure.
Yeah. Probably have to wait to see how
dozen or so customers that they have
figure out what they're buying. They're gonna get devastated by lawsuits. It's only a matter of how many. Like you couldn't have enough insurance to offset the lawsuits that they're gonna face.
The insurance is probably gonna be like, you breached the insurance agreement. Like you're done for.
Did you hear about this is a total aside and not on topic for the podcast in any way, but did you hear about the massive lawsuits that were awarded to this medical doctor for a university who's a gynecologist, and he was convicted of like decades of like 200 women that he had sexually abused.
That's an interesting jump, Peter. Where did that come from?
There? The segue is, or the connection is, that it was like $450 million that the university had to pay out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's
for one doctor. Yeah.
For one doctor. Right. And I was thinking, does your insurance cover that? Like, how are they going to pay that much?
Actually, I imagine the insurance does cover this specifically.
Really?
Because they probably have insurance against employees acting out.
Wow.
I don't know if they cover. I don't know if they cover $450 million, but they probably cover a chunk of it. I imagine a portion of it.
The potentially good, or like the bare minimum good news here is Kronos didn't lose the employees' money. They didn't lose the payroll money. The damages like the people didn't get paid, but that money was coming from the employers, not from Kronos. Right. It's not Kronos's money. Right. So that'll get reconciled, presumably.
Yeah, eventually, but I don't want to even try and look for a silver lining in this.
Oh no, it's disastrous. But my thought is that the reason I say it that way is that if they took these kinds of losses and that money was gone, there could be a potential that they just can't pay it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But since
it was a ransomware attack, what was the ransom?
Oh, there's so many.
I don't think it was never released.
So many missing details.
Did they pay the ransom?
Anything about them?
It was never sold.
Otherwise, they would have been back online, right? They
must not have.
Shut down
I think as a company, you have to ask yourself at some point.
Yeah,
you need to do this. Yeah. You need to pay the ransom. You cannot.
Such a win for the ransomware gangs. Like they're like,
hey, for sure, publicity wise,
wouldn't it be bad if something like Kronos happened to you?
Right? Do you want Kronos to happen? And these guys are in constant communication. The perpetrators are over across emails all the time, or Pigeon or whatever they might be using to communicate with the
Facebook
company. Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So
Pigeon.
Peter.
Wait, do people still use Pigeon? I used to use Pigeon all the time.
Pigeon, the application. Oh yeah, Pigeon. Yeah. I thought you meant like pigeons. Like no, you're not sending pigeons. Off you go, little
John's
dove.
like, yes, people still use pigeons. What do
you? We're gonna be doing
speed, my little pigeon. Yeah.